Alright, turn to subject here. There's one thing I'm going to talk about before I go on to anything else, and that is what some military higher ups, at least battalion level or around battalion, maybe brigade, but they and one of their spouses went after a YouTuber known as Angry Cops because he made two videos. The original about reports from their subordinates stating that these individuals ordered them not to see the medic for, I think it was minor medical issues. Angry Cops did his due diligence and researched it all, and it and from what he found, it was true. Which this this NCO and this officer, from which I believe like a sergeant major and commander, told him to take it down. But he decided not to. And I support Angry Cops on not doing this, since the information he has found states that these incidents were true, which these soldiers ended up also having some severe issues like frostbite and stuff like that. If that's what I hear, I can't remember off the top of my head. But these instances were true, and they ended up also trying to go after his civilian, get him fired from his civilian job. Well, at least the one of their spouses did. But in this point instance, these seems like these soldiers had no other choice but to find an outside source to file this complaint, because their higher ups made it feel like that these soldiers could not talk to him about this incident. And that's something that irritates me. Yeah, I may be a sergeant, but I'm still an NCO, and the NCOs and are supposed to take care of their soldiers, make sure their soldiers' welfare is a priority. If a soldier is injured, they should be allowed to go see medical to get treated for that injury. And sorry if I'm blowing your ears up. Still kind of adjusting a new mic. Just a little bit. So, and now there's an investigation looking into these claims. But if these claims are true, in my opinion, those individuals should qualify for the Green to Brown program, as those of us who work internment resettlement like to call it, which is pretty much, well, it'd be time to spend time at Leavenworth. And which it Angry Cops asked, does this follow in the Army values at one point in time when it came to these issues? And for those of you who don't know the Army values, it's loyalty, duty, respect, selfless service, honor, integrity, and personal courage. Those are usually the Army values, which these individuals seem like they may not be living by their values or even the creeds, which I know you're going to have bad NCOs, bad officers, and good NCOs and good officers. I can tell you that some people have seen me as a good NCO because I was actually doing stuff with them. But I stand with Angry Cops on this, since he had to make the video because these soldiers felt like there was no other choice, because they felt like their chain of command was not going to help them when it came to these issues. Because if they felt like if they reported it up, it would stop before it would not reach those that needed to see it. So that's always going to be an issue, and I'm not going to be removing this video if they come after me, because I'm sorry. This is pretty much my opinion. They're not even in my chain of command, and they're not even in Angry Cop's chain of command. And I hope that they understand that if you want to keep respect of your fellow soldiers or anyone outside of your chain or outside of your influence, you should not attack people or soldiers that are reporting what they found and they've done their research on it. And Angry Cops not only once but twice went over all the information he had. And I am not a big fan of cancel culture. But there are sometimes things need to be said. I shouldn't say it that way. There's something that I think needs to be said. To all those of you who are out there fighting this so-called race war, or these social justice type wars, I'm not sorry for being a straight white male, because I am proud of who I am, and to be honest, I don't hate anyone based off their race, religion, gender, sexual orientation, and all that. The people that irritate me are the ones that are showing hate. Because I know there's people out there, if I were to say, hey, how would you feel if instead of this thing like black only schools, what if we had white only schools or Hispanic only schools? Would you say that's racist? And if anyone were to say yes, that's racist, but this instance is not racist, you're actually racist, because you're racist because you think this group is better than these groups. I don't think that we should have in separate things, because that's just going to create more and more division throughout this country. I think we need to stop basing everything off race, religion, sexual orientation. Now, here's the thing about sports. I have a daughter that's a proud supporter of the LGBTQ community. She fits in there. She's part of it. But she doesn't believe that biological male, bio, biological males should be competing with females. The females were given their own sports because they could not compete with the males most of the time because of the physical conditions. Now, it's not saying that some females can compete with males. It's just a lot of them do not cannot compete that well. I mean, look at, I think it was an MMA fight. A female got her skull crashed, or busted up due to a male playing the female side of the sport. I mean, we could probably make another section or two in the sports category, because I know, let's say, see, the males, yeah, but you can get your transgender males. You could put a category like there, and then you could do your transgender females in a separate category. And see, that would add level of play. It would actually level the playing field better than just trying to put them in with female, like straight biological females, and that want to be females, and you get your females. You get your transgender females. Put it that way. Because if you were to put them together, the actual females are gonna suffer a lot. And females did not fight their battles just to end up years down the road having to deal with being kicked out of their own sports. Now, I'm going to move on to a few other things. I know some of you will probably remember this, little light matchstick. I did some adjustments, and after some time, I think I actually got it fixed to actually work better. It's just, after some adjustments, it finally works a little better. I can light it better. So, this is actually a little better than what I originally stated. I still am going to keep a Zippo lighter with me. I'm going to actually start going through some of my old Army training manuals that I have. I mean, I got my manual from basic training, which I went through basic training in 2004. So I've got some other stuff that I probably won't do there. I've got a combat lifesaver book that I've had, I think, since 14, 15, that I can do some training stuff out of that. But I'm going to use it to make for what they show for tent making. There's actually a spot where you can use uniforms to make a stretcher, which is pretty interesting actually. I just don't have anything today because it's been muggy and rainy past couple of days, so I haven't been able to do that. Time's just been a little scarce. That's why this video is here late at night. Well, later at night. We've got a storm on the way, though. I mean, I was trying to stream, and the internet's kind of been glitchy. I'm hoping to get this uploaded, but yeah, I'm gonna work on some survival stuff instead of just reviewing items. I do, however, have which is like a little card coming that has like a saw, arrow, and fish hooks on it. I'm gonna be reviewing that. And when I got plenty of time, I'll probably like be building tent, like a little shelter from sticks, and a tarp. Be honest with you, my background is actually part of the what is called a poncho liner, also known as the Wooby by a lot of military personnel. I have a poncho that goes with it somewhere. I gotta dig that out. And actually, that's one thing that can be used to make a shelter with, is a poncho. You can use a tarp, but I will work on getting stuff gathered for that. And I'm gonna try to find some sticks to use it for it, because you're gonna need sticks, string, and poncho or tarp to build this little section of shelter. And then I'm gonna have to work on more stuff. I actually love learning survival techniques and stuff like that. I may even try to build my own little. I can't remember what it's called off my head. Was the stick where it's the bow where you use it to light with. I do have a different speaker, not speaker, but microphone to use. I've just been trying to adjust it so in here, my what I call my bunker, to not be so ear raping, as some people like to call it. I tried to make this video earlier, and let's just say I had the wrong format for uploading. And I've still been working on fixing up one of my cars. It's a 91 Chevy Camaro. Actually, I've had this car for a couple years now, and I've just been trying to slowly work on fixing it up. But I just haven't been able to really get a good work time on it. I've had it for so long. I've actually got several photos of it. Pull up one from when I found it, and I'll show it to you. This computer's a little slow on some things, especially when it comes to photos. Zoom in on that, man. I don't know who gave me this picture, but it's really, really small. Huh. See. Yeah, that's not very good. Alright, well. start with. Here, let me pop it up. This is a front picture of it as of right now. My garage is a mess, but yeah, I had to get that hood. I found that hood myself. That's a small picture. This is what it was like when I found it. I can get in closer. And it's not the best picture, but yeah, this hood that's on it. It has a bolt hole. They had a bolt hole busted off here. This actually is completely open, allowing water and leaves to get back into it. And there was a massive crack over in this corner of the hood. I pretty much found a replacement for it. That red one's gonna be what I use, but it's it didn't have a hood latch and the hood was not bolted on. That's why the ratchet strap was on there. But it's only a 6-cylinder. Maybe eventually. And yeah, these are just photos of what it looks like when up close. Yeah. Yes, this is actually the where the frame meets the front bumper. I've got to actually cut it off and either find a new piece, or find a way to fix that. I'll straighten it out. Yeah, that's the rust corner. I actually had cut some of it off. I gotta cut all the rest of that rust off eventually to get it. And I did find a rust hole in the passenger side. The exhaust is completely busted. That's all the pictures I have on here. I do, however, have some more on my phone that I took, which is on the driver's side floorboard, which has got rust holes. There's a lot of things I like doing. I mean, that's my wife asking for something, but yes, I've got a lot of stuff I like working on. Fixing a car is my hobby, and I will enjoy doing that. Working on this one, and eventually I'm gonna have a '49 Chevy Deluxe to work on. When, I don't know. Eventually I will get it done, but until then, this will be the car. That'll be the car I work on, and I gonna have to call it the end of the video because I had nothing else to talk about. I just think this world's gone crazy some days, and some people need to understand that some people change, and there's a song I like that says, "God is great, beer is good, people are crazy."